on your way. Cause I can't wait another day. And I know you won't play. No. Girl, I know the spice that'll make you hot. Lady, ready or not, you know. Girl, I know the place. It's within the place. Tell me that you're on your way.
Check my mic. Check, check. Tony Turn. Check my mic. DJ Rico. Wait a minute. KO Productions. We putting it down, baby. Take it to a right here, Tony.
I got a feeling I can't ignore. Girl, I've never been known so sure. Needing you more and more. Gonna show you what I have in store. Tricks and games that I wanna play. Just tell me that you're on your way. Cause I can't wait another day. And I know you won't play. Girl, I know the spots that'll make you hot. Lady, ready or not, you know. Girl, I know the place. It's within the place. Tell me that you're on your way.
Check my mic. Check, check. Tony Turn. Check my mic. DJ Rico. Wait a minute. KO Productions. We putting it down, baby. Take it to a right here, Tony.
I got a feeling I can't ignore. Girl, I've never been known so sure. Needing you more and more. Gonna show you what I have in store. Tricks and games that I wanna play. Just tell me that you're on your way. Cause I can't wait another day. And I know you won't play. Girl, I know the spots that'll make you hot. Lady, ready or not, you know. Girl, I know the place. It's within the place. Tell me that you're on your way.
Hey y'all, hey. Happy Monday. Is it Monday? I think it's Monday. Is it Monday? Probably Monday. Hey Marietta. Hey y'all, hey. I hope everybody's having a great day. I hope that your week is starting off well. And I hope that it just gets better and better as each day goes by. Now, if y'all see the title in the avatar, y'all know that I'm about to talk my shit, okay? So just be ready. It's about to go down. Let me start this off by saying I'm gonna start it this way with this what I'm talking about right now. Hey Magdalene, I hope everybody's having a great day. Hey. I'm going to address what's going on with the world at large, with America at large, with the American people right now. There are millions of people who the only way that they can feed their family is through SNAP EBT benefits. It's not that they don't work. I've told y'all many times when I worked at Walmart, I made $7.20 an hour. I didn't even make minimum wage. I didn't even make $7.25. I made $7.20 an hour. And off of the $147 food stamps I got every month, including working 5 days a week, bringing home checks every 2 weeks of less than $300. Because me and my mom, my sister, my son, we all lived in a 2-bedroom apartment. We made it work. Some kind of way, off of the $147 that I got, plus going to work every day, plus trying to make that stretch, I fed 4 people. It wasn't enough, but I had other people. I had my mom. I had my job. And I have been on a SNAP since I got pregnant, since I had Nick. Because the reality is I'm not independently wealthy. I don't have the degree I should have gotten. And I worked jobs since I was 17, but have been mostly customer service jobs. And the reality is that they don't, until I started waiting tables and bartending, the most I made an hour was $10. 11, excuse me. Because that's how much they think that you can successfully live off of and take care of you and your family. Y'all, I'm on StreamYard, so if I miss anybody, um, and that was back when Nick was a kid, and it's changed, and it's went up, it's went down. Come November, there are going to be millions of children, disabled people, and elderly people that will not get their SNAP benefits, that will not be able to purchase food moving forward. Now, y'all say, oh, well, if they're getting disability, or the elderly people are getting Social Security or retirement, or the children got parents, they'll be able to eat. Well, here's the reality of living. Here's the reality of living. Rent, electricity, gas in some places, a phone of some kind. It don't have to be a plan. Hell, a track phone from Walmart. You got to put some minutes on it. If you work from home, you got to have internet. That's a necessity. It's not a luxury. Because some people will say that cable and internet is a luxury. But what if your job is work from home? What if you work from home every day? So, internet. On top of clothes for your children and yourself, on top of if you work when you got to drive your car, gas, insurance. So the reality is that sure, you can go buy small things and things that you can stretch, but the reality is there are going to be young mothers who have infant children that they are not on WIC for whatever reason and can't get formula, and they use their food stamps to get formula. There are going to be children that parents are going to stretch a loaf of bread and a jar of peanut butter. The reality is you have the elderly. First of all, they're not getting a lot. I don't know why people keep. I'm trying not to cuss. Trying not to cuss. I'm trying to be not sensitive, but just I'm trying not to cuss right at this moment because the cussing that will come. But I'm trying not to. And on TikTok, I've seen video after video after video. Black people, white people getting on there talking about. One woman lost her job. Making a video talking about to everybody who not getting their benefits November 1st, what you do with October benefits. What happened with those? The other people who are making AI videos, posting lives, you're not getting $7,000-$8,000 in food stamps. You're not. The regular smuggler person is not getting that much in food stamps. Now, the more kids you have, the more people in your family, the more you get in food stamps. But you're not getting an overly exorbitant amount of food stamps the way people are saying. People are losing their jobs trying to make think pieces and videos about how now my tax dollars won't pay for your steak and lobster. November 1st. I'm just gonna say this. I'm not gonna go into why what these people are saying is harmful, detrimental, and dangerous. I'm just gonna say this. November 1st, there are going to be millions of people who cannot purchase food for the month of November. There are going to be new parents or parents who can't purchase formula, baby food for their children. There are going to be elderly people who are already on every food pantry and list there is that is not going to be able to purchase the ensure that they need because they can't stomach everything, the things that they need. There are going to be hungry children. There are going to be hungry grandparents. And the reality is that it is not a joke. It's not funny. And if you can help, help. I just started with that. All right, now on to what I said. I'm sick and tired of everybody. I am sick and tired of everybody. Um, so y'all know your girl watches TikTok, and today on the talk shows, was interesting. Today was Steve and Karamo both had cheating segments on their shows. And each segment was a little different. So it touches on different things. So I'm going to touch on this because I am. Because I can. That's why. So on Steve today, a woman who'd had a baby by her ex accused him of having sex with his sister and cheating on her with his sister. And it wasn't because she caught them together. It was because she said they were too close. And she put her phone in the closet so she could catch them having sex. And the entire show, the entire segment that she was on, she was screaming at the top of her lungs, talking about how he was disgusting, how nasty he was. Him and his sister don't like me. That's why his sister don't like me, because they doing it. And they had a baby who is an infant. I think she said it was 8 months old. And he has custody of the child because the sister, because I guess they was living with the sister or whatever. And the sister told her she got a month to get up out of my house. All right. So fast forward, they get to the lie detector results. And y'all know how Steve do the lie detector results. He asked, had you had sex or any kind of sexual contact with anybody? He admitted. He said, yeah, on my birthday I had sex with a woman. Now immediately, when he said that, all of a sudden, you cheated on me. Now, if for the entirety of your relationship or the situation going on, you thought he was having sex with his sister because of their closeness and everything, he was disgusting and nasty. But as soon as he admitted that he had sex with somebody else on his birthday, all of a sudden he's a cheater and he's fine. Now they go to the sister thing, and y'all know that man wouldn't have sex with his sister. As much as we joke about it, I'm sure it happens. We see it all the time, but the reality is it is not as prevalent as social media would have people think it is. And most people don't even like their siblings, let alone want to do nothing with them. Most people look at their brother and their sister and go, I would kill you if I didn't go to jail. I'm just saying, it just is what it is. But what caught me is this. So at this time, when she doing all this hollering, screaming, talking about how nasty and disgusting, he's a disgusting individual, and he makes me and he acts like I'm crazy, da 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 da. But when they get to the hotel and they get to Connecticut at the Steve show, they do the nasty. But he's disgusting. Here's my thing. Here's the thing. Signs, here's the thing. And I told baby this. I told her, I said, jealousy is the reason we have half of the shows that we have. Leva Lives Here, Fatal Attraction, all of them. Jealousy is dangerous, and it is violent, and it's crazy, and it make you crazy. You look at your partner. I want anybody who is in this chat, hell, anybody who hears the replay, if you look at your partner and you think they're a cheater, leave them. Stop sitting up here talking about when it's good, it's good. Well, it's not always good. It's not good enough to stay. It's not good enough to stay if you have to accuse your boyfriend of having sex with his sister so you can find something for you to accuse him of. It's not good enough to stay. There's nothing else. It's not good enough to stay. It's never good enough to stay. I love him is not a reason to stay with somebody who makes you bring your ass to TV. Now, there's one thing to accuse somebody of cheating on you in your living room because you done found some drawers that don't belong to you, or you done found something in his phone because you got a snoop in his phone because he cheated on you 30 times before. But I love him. I love him. Yay. He's a good man. He's not your good man. Leave. Leave. And then you done had a baby by this man, and now your ass is put out. It was something wrong with her. Now, in this particular situation, I think she had some sort of undiagnosed mental illness that needed to be addressed because the way she was acting was unhinged. But so we fast forward to the next segment. Same thing. Woman coming on there talking about how I think that my man is cheating on me and he's gay because he doesn't want to have sex a lot. He goes and hangs out with his homeboys. Now, when you get to the couple, he met her in the airport when she was coming back from getting her BBL surgery. Leilani. And he met her in the airport when he was coming back from getting her when she was coming back from getting her BBL surgery. And I guess he fell in love with the fake booty. Yay, that's fine. That's fine. If you like fake booties, if you like it, I love it. I'm not a fake boob or booty. I mean, I like it natural. If it's little, it's little. If it's big, it's big. It is what it is. That's me personally. That I don't have to live for anybody else. That being said, so you can tell he was an introvert. He's timid. He's very soft spoken. He could barely keep eye contact, and that's a real tell when it comes to people. So she is outgoing, outspoken, and she looks to be like she's a little older than him. And she went and got a BBL. Now, here's the thing. I'm going to continue to talk about this. There is a certain amount of superficiality that is inherent in every relationship. You have to physically like the way somebody looks. You have to physically like the way you look. She was bad built. You know that bad built when you know that built when you just a circle on. She built like an ice cream cone. And then she went out and got a BBL to make herself feel better. But it didn't make her look no better. It made her look tight. I don't know if anybody understand what I'm saying, but she looked tight, balled up, like I don't know. She didn't need a BBL. That's one. But she wanted one. That's her thing. And I guess he liked it because that's what attracted him, I guess. But however, superficiality does not make a relationship. It starts one. Liking the way somebody looks, being attracted to the outside of someone is why you get to know the inside of them. And my thing is this, why, stay? Why stay? So she's talking about him, how she's talking about him. And here's the thing. If you disrespect the person that you say you love publicly, imagine what they do privately. She's on here talking about him and it's all jokes and she's smiling. And now she doesn't know if he's cheated on her. She hasn't caught him cheating. He hasn't done anything but the fact that this was what she said. He didn't want to have sex. The sex has went down and he liked to hang out with his boys. Now we're going to fast forward to him coming out and he says, yes, he says, I'm not really sexual anyway. And the way she talks to and about me makes it even worse for me. So Steve was like, well, would you rather hang out with her or with the boys? I said, I'd rather hang out with the boys. He said, I'd rather hang out with the boys because it's simple. It's easy. Over with the boys. That's what he said. And then he goes on to tell us why, because she's telling him that his sex game is trash, and that he don't know what he's doing and he ain't doing it right. Now, let me tell y'all something. Now y'all already know that we're gonna nice it up for the internet and for being on TV, but she getting on there talking about his dick little, he can't fuck, why you do it like that. Y'all know that because even when he said it, she over there giggling like something funny. Would you want, ladies and gentlemen, would you want to have sex with somebody telling you how bad your sex is? Any what's the word I'm looking for? Any tingly feelings you might get go away when somebody tell me my stroke is ain't stroking. Hold on. Well, if all you do is put him down, why would he want to do it? Exactly. Fast forward to her lie detector test. Well, she failed. Well, no, she didn't fail. She confessed. She's cheated on him 3 times, and she over there again smirking and grinning. Hold on. No, it's bad. You don't need. If it's bad, you don't need. Right. Now, I'm not bragging, but I've never had anybody tell me that to my face. Now, if you're talking about being behind my back because I won't give you no more, I don't care. I've never had anybody tell me that to my face. And like I said, I think I've touched on this earlier. I think you should articulate and have a conversation with somebody you're sexually active with, especially if what they're doing is not pleasing, or you want them to do something else. But I do know that if somebody was telling me all the time how what's the word I'm looking for? That my stroke ain't stroking, that my thing little, that you ain't doing what you supposed to be doing, da 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 whoop de whoop, then I would nicely and politely that means you don't want me. So, and Steve was like, well, what kind of relate? Because he asked the boy at first. He asked the boy, do you see this somebody you could be with? Do you see this marrying this person? Do you see yourself being with this person forever? And he was like, yeah. But come to find out, you don't want to be. I'm sick and tired of everybody. Stop bringing. Because I'm gonna move to Karamo, because Karamo had two same but different. He had the same kind of situation, cheaters on there, but they were two totally different kind of cheaters. Stop. If you bring in your partner onto Karamo, Steve, well, Maury don't do it no more, any of the talk shows, if you are bringing your partner onto the internet on a podcast so that you can complain or talk about them, all right, Leilani, hold on. Gently coaching guide, don't be little. Absolutely. If this is a one night stand, a hit it and quit it, take your little strokes and go on about your business. If this is somebody you want to be with, I don't think that you should be telling the person that you want to be with how awful they are in bed. I don't think that. I don't think you should be telling them that. I really don't, because I don't think it's gonna go the way you want it to. But that was out, and they ended up breaking up and leaving apart and not being together, leaving together. Now, I'm going to the second one. I'm so sick and tired of these. Um, I I'm trying not to cuss, and that is messing with my vocabulary. When I'm on here and I'm talking about people, I need to cuss. Because normally, unless we're talking about sweetness and light and children and toys and playing, I am talking about somebody. I am talking about somebody either specifically, or I am talking about somebody specifically, but I don't want to say their name. So I'm making it so these motherfuckers know who the fuck I'm talking about. So here's the people that I'm about to talk about. I'm about to talk about bitches. I'm about to talk about baby mama 3 through whatever number the hell it is. On Karamo, you coming on Karamo talking about he cheating on me, he cheating on me, he cheating on me, he cheating on me. Your baby mama number damn 7. Your baby mama number 7. If I say that if I say that a couple is not properly taking care of 5 or 6 kids, what the fuck you think a single father with 7 different baby mamas is doing? So she comes on there and she's baby mama number 7 to a set of twins, but she has to deal with one of the baby mamas, I don't know which one it is, calling her, cussing her out, degrading her, talking about her kids because he allows it. She has to deal with him disrespecting her because she allows it. And I cannot feel any sympathy, sadness, or sorrow for any of that shit. I'm sorry. I try to. I want to. I love women. I love people. I love women. I'm going to uplift a woman. I am going to straighten your crown. I am going to compliment your outfit. I'm going to be your home girl and tell you them shoes ugly. But I am also going to tell you that it is 100% your fault to be baby mama number 4, 5, 6, and 7. It is on you. He is not going to be a better man because you gave him the 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th baby in his line of succession, in his football team, in his basketball team. All you gonna be is a single ass baby mama, hoping up beyond hope that he make enough money that you'll get more than $23 a fucking month in child support for a set of twins. Yeah. Oh, did you use some? Here, I mean, you okay? I'll get some. Here, here. Oh, okay. Yeah. Hey, Johnny. Yeah, I said what I said. We can be cool about y'all hold hands and ring around the rosy another time. I don't want to hear any complaints from baby mama 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and beyond. I don't, because let me tell you something. If you come into a situation, and I'm not talking about baby number 7, I'm talking about baby mama number 7, baby mama number 3. And here's why. It is hard to take care of children inside the home. Imagine, if you will, your man has to take care of the child you just had, then go to another house and take care of that child, and then go to another house and take care of that child. And you willingly became that 3rd baby mama. But now you think you his woman. And now you mad about every interaction he has with baby mama number 2 and baby mama number 1. You're mad about every phone call. You're mad about every time one of them calls or texts his phone. You're mad about every time one of them asks him for some money. You complain about the child support. You argue about him spending 3 seconds too long over at baby mama number 2 house. You argue about the fact that he had to go pick up baby number 1 from baby number 1 house. He was over there for it takes you 3 minutes to get to her house. Why were you over there for 5? She's on she brought him on the Karamo, and he says, I want to get back with her. She had to move. Now she moved, but this is what she said, and this also pissed me off. We have the twins, and I want my children to grow up in a house where the parents are together. I don't know what delusional world you live in to think that your children are going to be in a healthy situation when you have somebody who clearly does not regard you. I meant what I said. You are disregarded, because the thing about it is, he had a text message from one of the girls saying she needs to get checked for chlamydia, and the girl said, I don't know what the hell you telling me for. You need to talk to the other ones you're doing. You're having these kind of conversations, but you having multiple babies. And you got a woman over here, and I'm blaming everybody because when we get on these shows and we get to talking amongst ourselves and we get to chit chat even about our friends, instead of sitting up there putting the blame on both sets of shoulders because two people had these babies. We put more of the blame over on the absent parent, which is fine monetarily wise, which is fine time wise. But the reality to get to the situation, that nigga didn't even have to know you was pregnant. Let me tell y'all something. Before the entire Roe versus Wade got overturned and states were making abortion illegal, I don't know what you thought. This man didn't take you to his house except the fuck. This man didn't introduce you to his friends except as my homegirl. His mama, sister, cousin, homeboy, brother don't know your name. But you thought that by bringing life into the world attached to his DNA, that all of a sudden you were going to be special. It is, I say it over and over again because I don't even believe it. It is 2025. Ladies, why are we still thinking that? It's not true. It's never going to be true. That is one of the things that is never going to change. You are not going to baby anybody into being a better person ever. You're not. It's not true. It is not a true statement. If a man does not want to grow up, babies are not going to grow him up. And let me tell you another lie that women tell us and themselves. We playing this baby. The hell you did. Ain't no man who is barely your boyfriend planning a baby with you. Now, he done lied to you and said, you going to have my baby. But do you really want to be that baby mama? Because any man willy-nilly free balling out here just saying, I'm going to knock somebody up to get some pussy is down. Bentley wants to get in on the conversation. Bentley is a single father of none, and he wants to get in the conversation because I'm talking about people. Come on. Ooh. Hold on. What? Baby, can you hear me? Oh, because some reloaded. I can't. I must say something. Y'all let me know if y'all can hear me. Oh, okay, I got the LOL. Bentley, leave me alone. If y'all hear a little grunting in the background, that's Bentley. Y'all hear? That's Bentley sitting over here needing a hey, you baby, hey yo. When you come over here with the cuteness, you stop me when I am cussing people out. So, but yeah, stop it. Stop lying. Stop coming on here lying about we playing this baby. And he said he was gonna be there. No, he didn't. I can say, you know what I can say? I can say that I am 5'11", 150 pounds, and 35 years old. But you know what I'm doing? Lying. You know what I'm lying. Everything I just said was a lie. You know what else is a lie? Somebody who don't want to change your last name telling you that they're going to be there when you had this baby. That y'all going to be a family. He wasn't there any other time. It boggles my mind that I have to consistently on a weekly basis because I see it. It's not like I'm watching, because I stopped watching old episodes of more except for the paternity shows. I stopped watching the cheating shows because if you got to bring somebody, I mean, because it's self-explanatory. If you got to bring somebody on TV or online, you know they cheat. So that's just ridiculous. I stopped watching those. However, this narrative of he gonna be there, we gonna be a family, but you do not have his last name. You do not even have a promise of his last name. You're not going to have a family. You're going to be a single parent. And that is what it is. And you can flip that around and you can say the same thing about men. If she does not want a baby and you want to have a baby thinking that that's going to make y'all a family, guess what? You're going to be a single parent. Because ladies now are having them babies and dropping them off and going on about their life. Stop it. And you're not going to stop it. But I just feel like I need to say it. Because if I say it, then that means I am not, what's the word? I am not contributing to this bullshit that's going on. Yeah. That being said, I watched something and I said, when I flipped the script, if it was a man, even if it's a man and a woman telling you goodbye, you're going to be single parent. I said that to say this. We have to stop thinking that women cannot be sexual predators. We have to stop thinking that women cannot sexually assault men, and we have to stop giving women a pass when they do. I watched a TikTok and I don't know who this creator was. I don't know who this young man was. I have no idea of his name. I couldn't tell you what to go look for, but he looked to be rather young. He looked to be one of those little boys who are on their computer a lot. He wasn't an ugly little boy. He was just a baby. But he's one of the streamers. They were in one of the, I want to say it was on a Twitch stream. And he was just sitting, doing whatever. In the, they have the Discord houses and the Twitch and all that little stuff. I don't know. I don't watch Twitch. I don't watch Discord. I don't do that. But because I don't really want to hit no chilling talking, but I know it exists. So he was in the house and two young ladies chased him through the house, pushed him on the bed, and was riding and grinding on him and rubbing on him like it was funny. And everybody was laughing and fucking joking about that. That was sexual assault. You assaulted that young man for clicks of you. And here's the thing. They probably didn't want to have sex with that man. They probably didn't think about it in those particular thoughts. They probably, and I'm not giving them an excuses. I'm just saying the cult of social media has made sexual assault and doing things of that manner acceptable. They knew that people would laugh. They knew that people would laugh at them, at the boy, and they knew that people would laugh with them. They knew that people would hit clicks, would hit like, would send money, would laugh, make jokes, and make a joke about this little boy because they thought it was funny if they chased him through the house, jumped onto him on top of the bed, and riding and grinding on it. That sexual assault. When teachers assault children, when they have sexual relationships with children in schools, we look at them and we don't look at them because had it been men. In this particular instance, I will agree when men say that. Had it been a man impregnating an 11-year-old little girl at a school, he would have not barely made it to the jail. He barely would have made it to the jail. But you got bitches out here having babies with babies. You got grown ass women with husbands and kids at home having babies with 11-year-olds. And don't nobody say shit about it. That little girl, the little girl, huh? The little stud. The who? That little girl, the little stud that we was talking about the other day. That was the substitute teacher. She's a content creator, and on her page, now understand this, she doesn't realize this shit is so stupid, and people are so obsessed with double standards that they don't realize that the shit they say, how fucked up it is. So the little girl already know you should not be recording and posting other people's children that ain't got nothing to do with you. That's number one. But she has a channel to where now she's a stud. And for all those who don't know what a stud is a black lesbian, a black masculine presenting lesbian. So on her channel, she walks around in her boxers with her strap on, taking pictures, standing up. I'm sitting there, first of all, that shit hot. And it's plastic. Balls, regular skin to skin balls is nasty. You got, girl, that's number one. Number two, you said in your video that a lot of the children that you end up teaching are subscribers and view your content. So, but you say I'm not a predator. I'm not. I'm really good with your kids. But you got your plastic dick hanging out on the fucking thing for your kids to see. I'm so sick and tired of these motherfuckers. I don't know what to do with myself. I am sick and I am tired, and I'm tired of being sick and tired. Every day I scroll on whatever the fuck I'm scrolling on. YouTube, Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter. Hell, my TV screen. And it's some extraordinary bullshit going on. And people are trying to be nice and polite and yada, 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 whoop-de-whoop. I'm not. I have children that I love, that I want to see succeed, that I want to see happy, that I don't want them to go to therapy because of some bullshit, because we allow stuff to happen, because we think shit is funny. I'm not a prank person. As DC, if you ever, I'll be the pranks, and I don't mind being the butt of the pranks, depending upon what the prank is. But don't laugh. I'm still a little salty about that goddamn toothpaste. So don't laugh. Yeah, I went back, way back. But I'm not a watch the prank. I'm not a prank watching person. I don't think they're funny. I don't. And that's just me. There are millions of people that love a good prank. I'm not one of them. Baby, no. She'll send me something that she thinks is hilarious. And I watch it and I'm going, oh, okay, that's cool. I don't find it funny. And I understand with being a content creator, that comes with creating content. Challenges, pranks, videos like this, lives, all that comes with being a content creator. You have to put the content out there. It doesn't matter if only one fucking person listens to my content. I have to put it out there so that it's out there, because that's a part of your job as a content creator. I get that. But if I'm a substitute teacher, if I have to deal with children on a regular basis, none of my content is going to be videos of me with it's not an outfit. I'm not about to call that shit an outfit, because it's a sports bra, some boxer drawers, and a goddamn strap. If my content, if I'm dealing with children, I'm almost 100% positive don't nobody want their children to see me with my dick hanging out in my bathroom. I don't care if the dick plastic. I don't care. I watched, and this, there was a video of and here's what I don't understand. And when I tell you about this particular video, you also will be sick and tired of these motherfuckers. Okay. But you're going to not just be sick and tired of the person that's doing it, but the person that's recording it. Because I don't understand how we got to see the video. So a young man, he looked to be 5, 6, 7 in that area. He looked to be a young man getting his hair cut. The dude is cutting his hair with one hand. He's cutting the hair with one hand. In the other hand is his dick. His dick is out in public, and he's what? Well, I don't know if it was out because it was far away, and I couldn't see that good. But his hand was in his pants, stroking his dick while he was cutting his boy hair. And I don't know. I think it was a woman was recording him. Why the fuck didn't nobody throw nothing at that nigga and knock him the fuck out? Why is your hand in your pants while you got your hand in my baby head? I understand that we supposed to call the police. Hold on. Oh, it was out. I understand that violence is not the answer. I don't know who the fuck said that, because that's a lie. But if Nick getting his haircut, and I happen to look up, and it's a motherfucker with his hands on in his pants while you cutting my baby hair, and you just sitting there, he just sitting there stroking like that's some shit he do all the time. And if I'm correct in that, he does do it all the time with adults, with grown women that come in there. But you and my son, my child, is sitting there getting his hair cut while your hand is on your dick. Girl, look him. I don't even know what the fuck to say to that. And to the bitch that's got there recording it, who the fuck? You motherfuckers want to go viral so goddamn bad. You will sit up there and let somebody, because I don't care what you say. I understand that he wasn't touching the little boy, but he was touching the little boy because you got your hand in your fucking pants stroking your dick while you cutting a child's hair. I'm thinking that you getting some kind of sexual gratification out of that. Why the fuck are you recording that? Why are you not calling the police? Why ain't nobody jumped on this nigga ass? As soon as you looked up and saw this nigga with his hands in his pants, why ain't nobody over there whooping his ass? Why is this not a video of him getting his ass whooped? I'd have watched that. I'd have sent baby Minnie a video with somebody getting their ass whooped. I like violence. It is what it is. I'm watching horror movies and I'm watching goddamn action movies. It is what it is. I think violence is the answer in a lot of ways. I understand it's not the legal answer, but it is the satisfying answer. You want to go viral so fucking bad that you will record crimes and you will record children getting hurt. You will sit up there and take advantage of horrific situations for likes, views, and hopefully some money. I said that to say this. For some reason, I guess because the trial is just going on with the lady who shot the mother through the front door. That happened almost 3 years ago. That happened a while ago. And I guess the trial is just now finishing up and she's just not getting sentenced. And okay. Here's the thing. It's all the people now. They did a good old documentary. So now I've seen two people from two different people making videos about everything they saw and everything that went on. Shut the fuck up. We don't want to hear that. What did you do? What did you do while it was going on? What were you saying? Hold on. Not in his pants, just holding his peen, period. Oh, was I there? See, from the video I saw, it was too far away. I couldn't see it. He would have had to be King Dingaling for me to see his thing. So I didn't see, I saw him I saw his hand down there. So I didn't know whether it was out or not. It didn't matter if it was out or his hands was in his pants. You couldn't see his dick. You're rubbing on your penis while you're cutting my son's head. I'm cutting your dick off. I'm coming for your dick because clearly that's more important to you in your life. And clearly that's more important to you in life because you're in public. They were at a barber shop. Let me say this. This wasn't nobody at no house getting their hair cut in their living room and Jerome over there rubbing on his dick while he in his living room. They were in a barber shop. They were in a barber shop. This is my problem. Here's my problem. People making excuses for sexual predators because and let me cook for a minute because society has told the world that women are only good for sex. Society has told the world that children are only worthy of protests and think pieces when they're a clump of cells. Society has told the world that men rule the world and what they say goes. So the fact that you could sit up there and have a video posted of a grown ass man in a public arena while cutting the hair of a child, have his dick in his hand, stroking it or whatever the fuck he was doing with it, and y'all think that shit is cool to record and post, fuck y'all. Fuck all y'all. Fuck. I mean, I don't know. It's new to me. Shit. Hold on. I think it was two different women. The mom took the video and the woman directly across him was taking pictures and zoomed in. Okay. The mama was taking, what the fuck? The mama was taking the video? Fuck the mama and fuck that nigga. And I hope somebody said something to her and I hope somebody said something about her. Why the fuck are you taking a video? If you got a homegirl, I'm sitting, me and Leilani. sitting in the barbershop getting his haircut. I look up and old boy got his hand in his pants, rubbing his dick while he cutting my Nick hair. I'm about to record this. I know I'm gonna go to jail and you're gonna catch me, but record this. And I'm going over there and it's something flying at this. I like to throw shit, even if I ain't good at it. I like to throw shit. So I'm threw something at this nigga head. Hopefully it hit his ass because you got your hand in my baby head and your hand on your dick. You kiss my ass. Fuck her and fuck whoever and let him do that. Because let me tell y'all something. Just because this the first time he got recorded, y'all know this ain't the first time he did it. The video was by the mom. Yep, the picture was a woman. I looked up and saw this. Right. I heard that. I looked up and this is what I saw. The fuck you talking about? Girl, I'm slobbing. I am slobbing. I am slobbing about. You are sitting up there watching somebody cut your baby's head while he got his dick in his hand, and that's the video you gonna post? Okay. Okay. Cool. That video was too long. If that video was 3 seconds, it was 3 seconds too long because, they was in the shop. Yeah, it's on TikTok. That's why I saw it at. I'm sure it's other places. That's why I saw it at. Somebody posted. Oh, fuck everybody that let him do that, that watched him do that, and that mama that didn't knock his ass out for doing that. I said what I said. I understand the desire. Let me tell you something. I'm not about to be hypocritical and sit up here and lie and say I don't want my shit to go viral. I want to go viral. I want to go viral, and I want somebody to sit up here and sponsor me, and I want to make money off of my fucking YouTube because that's one of the reasons we do. And everybody who's now, I ain't gonna lie to y'all. My baby might be one of the few people who actually do this because they love it. Baby loves the production. She likes, y'all know how many people that ask her to sit up there and can you fix this for me? Can you make that for me? How do you do this? And baby don't charge none of them. I told baby on many occasions, you need to make a goddamn list so you can start charging these bitches because all they do is take your ideas and the stuff that you do and then they go put it on their channel and then they act like it's their idea. I tell her all the time. But she said, no, if I know how to do it, I'm going to show somebody how to do it. From what I read on Facebook, the mom had promised him sex for a free cut, then changed her mind. What the fuck? Wait, hold on. Leilani, you just made me slob. Hold on. Hey, if you're in a position, click the link because I didn't see all that. I just saw the video. I didn't need to. I needed the motherfucking backstory because first. Hold on, y'all. Let me acclimate myself to what the fuck I just read. Okay, let me woosah my way into what I just read. Okay, hold on. I'm about to bring you up. Oh, I got it. Hello, Leilani.
Hello.
Hold on, let me see, because it'd be hard for me to hear you sometimes. Say it again.
Hello.
Hello. Thank you. All right. Okay. See, all I saw was like the 20, 30 seconds they had on TikTok of somebody sitting there and his hand in his pants and cutting the hair and the commentary back. I don't 100% remember the commentary. But now you said, let me read this before you speak. Hold on, let me read this. From what I read on Facebook, the mom promised him sex for free cut, then changed her mind and said he could. And hold the fuck up. Did he tell her he was going to do it, or she said that's what he could do?
I think they said that he told her, I'm just going to do it till I finish.
I have been rendered speechless.
And she just said she didn't want her son to see, and he said he won't.
Kiss my motherfucking ass. I know you lying. I know you fucking lying. Baby.
Because I didn't see the video. I saw the picture that the other woman posted.
I saw the video of him sitting up there rubbing on his dick while he is cutting that baby hair and that bitch in the background.
Well, in the picture, it's out.
Well, see from where it was.
Meaning
Okay.
his pants is out. He got a handful outside his pants while he's shaving with the other hand.
You, not you. I'm not talking about you. But for any, I'm about to say it, and I am trying to offend as many of these bitches as possible. To every bitch that thinks this funny, to every bitch that sits up here and thinks that this is a viable option for a fucking haircut, bitch, go buy some clippers. If you so goddamn broke or cheap that you don't want to pay for your fucking son's haircut, go buy some clippers. Let that motherfucking hair just grow. Shit, they kids. Nobody give a fuck. Anybody looking at them. For every bitch that thinks this funny, made an excuse for this hoe, didn't jump up and knock that nigga the fuck out. I'm sure somebody saw him. You got a whole barbershop full of motherfuckers watching that shit? She said on Facebook. Hey, send that to
I don't have it.
oh. See, go on TikTok and just say haircut dick out, you know. Or you know what I'm saying? Guy
Go on Facebook. Hold on, let me try and remember what they said his name was yesterday. If you go on Facebook and you put the name, it'll pop up.
Hold on, I'm about to go on my tablet and see if I can, because I will put that in my TikTok search engine. Because I will put that in my TikTok search engine. Video, man.
Jodeci S. Smith.
Okay, hold on.
Joedacie.
Joe-E. Say it again.
ACIE.
Joe DAC. Texarkana. Jodeci Smith. Here you go. Now he want it. That's good. All right, so I just Jodeci Smith.
Mm-hmm.
Sexual indecency with a child and decent exposure. This happened October the 14th. Wow.
Yeah, all
hold
under
on, somebody's talking about it. Hold on.
Police Department. All under there is where I got the information that I got in them comments.
He wanted. No.
And you so freaked out, and your barber extra freaked out.
Hold on, I'm trying to see if hold on. Ain't nobody showing the video. Because I saw the video. They might have took the video down.
That's why I said, no, the video wasn't on Facebook. That's why I said I didn't see the video.
Yeah, they might have took the video down. But that's it. And I'm trying my best to figure out how to say what I want to say, but it's not coming out right because I don't understand what I want to say. Does that make sense? Because because have we gotten so far away from the plot? Have we gotten so far away from being I'm not talking about being extraordinary saints. That's not what I'm talking about. Have we gotten so far away from just being regular, degular, smuggler, ordinary people that this is acceptable? Have we gotten so far away from thinking of children as gifts and them just being something we got, like some shoes we got for $15 at Walmart? Have we gotten so far away from doing for ourselves that it's acceptable to first of all, I'm gonna do like old girl did, old boy, old Steve. Is your shit so trash that all it's worth is a fucking haircut in the first place? Yes, bitch. I hope at some point that's how somebody make a random video and it'll come across you, whatever. I hope that at some point the mama, the bitch sees this and hear me say her shit is so fucking trash. The only thing that it's worth is a fucking haircut, and then you still don't want to give it, so you allow this motherfucker to rub on his dick while he got his hand in your baby head. That is what she did. I allowed. Hear me, and I'm sure she didn't say that. I'm sure she's never said that out loud, and I'm sure her friends who thought that shit was funny, has never told her, bitch, you just sat up there and allowed a grown man to rub his dick in public while touching your fucking child because you couldn't even give up the ass you promised. Now let me tell y'all something. I done did. I've had one. I'm damn about the 60. I've had one night stands with motherfuckers I was mad that I gave that coochie to. I done told you it's a few bitches I want my coochie back from. I have made questionable choices in relationships because I wanted to be loved. I get all that shit. But never in the history of coochiedom have I ever traded coochie for a haircut and then figured out, you know what? Just rub my baby head and your dick at the same time. That's what you say. Here's what I'm saying. People try to when we get online and we start doing our videos and we start doing content and commentary, people try to nice up shit. You know what I'm saying? People try to figure out a nice way to say stuff. But the reality, here is the reality. I wanted to trade. This is her thought process. I'm gonna trade my pussy for a haircut. But then you know what? I ain't gonna do that. So I'm gonna let this nigga rub his dick while he touching my baby head. That's the only way to say that shit. Whenever y'all see that monkey as an avatar, know that I'm about to use all the cuss words that I know. I didn't know what you just hold on. I didn't know that backstory part. I didn't know that backstory part. The only thing I knew was the video. I didn't need a backstory because the video by itself was nasty, and the fact that didn't nobody get up and do nothing during the video was nasty. Have we gotten so far away? Look here, like I said, I'm not talking about being a saint. I'm not talking about being the best person in the world. I'm just talking about being a halfway decent person. I'm not talking about opening doors, bowing and saying, please, thank you, and yes, ma'am, and no, ma'am. I'm just talking about just not fucking doing that. How about we don't let the barber rub his dick while he touching my baby head? And here's the thing. Here, quiet as this kept. You can't make somebody something they're not. You can't make somebody gay. I don't care how beautiful Leilani thinks I am. I can't make her have coochie if coochie ain't what she wants. I'm sorry about using you. You just happen to be right here. I'm just using you as an example. However, it is what it is. I can't make you gay. I can't make somebody who does not see children as a sexual outlet. I can't make them see that. If you don't see children that way, if he didn't think it was acceptable to touch a child in a sexual manner, he would have laughed at that hoe and said, bitch, get somebody else to cut his hair. I wanted the coochie. I didn't want to rub on no child. I didn't want to cut no hair with my dick in my hand. But what he said was, I'm going to rub one out while I cut his hair till I get done. You can't make nobody something that inherently they're not. You can't make somebody gay. You can't make somebody bisexual. You can't make somebody a pedophile. You can't make somebody a child molester. You can't can't make somebody do that. You could hold a gun to their head, but a child walking by can't make a regular person a pedophile. A girl walking by can't make a regular woman a lesbian. A man walking by can't make a heterosexual man gay. You can't make somebody do something that ain't in their fucking head already. And even people who have fucked up thoughts in their head, even those people, like, oh, that's fucked up. I ain't gonna do that. Even if you did think about it, you can't make somebody be a predator. You can't make somebody be an awful person unless they are an awful person. Women, every time you go around and rub on a strange man's dick because you think that shit is funny, you did the same thing that you want somebody to go to jail for if they did it to you. Every time you see a little boy and you change his diaper and talk about how big his fucking dick is, I'm gonna look at your ass sideways. Every time you say, I can't wait till he get 18, the fuck you can't? Because when he 18, bitch, you gonna be 18 years old. What the fuck is you talking about? I must bring it down. Leilani, give me something funny to talk about. Because I ain't took my pressure medicine, and I'm not gonna let these bitches give me no heart attack. You all the way in, because I was about to say you in Arkansas, but you in Oklahoma. You all the way in Oklahoma. You can't provide no CPR. I'm gonna give y'all something. I'm gonna take it down a notch. Because when you told me that, everything else that I thought I might want to talk about tonight, that I don't even remember what the fuck I was gonna talk about. Because all I remember was a video. Now you done told me that the mom girl. Anyway, I'm gonna bring something light and fluffy into the thing. I believe in karma. I do. I believe in. I wish that karma was instant, but the reality is it's not. But I believe what you put out, you get back, right? And I told baby. So y'all remember the last time I was on here, I did all that coughing because my throat was itchy. My throat was itchy. And even when I drink something, it still was itchy. You talking a lot, you bring in a lot of air and whatever particles floating around, it was irritating my throat. So I said, oh shit. And I just said it out loud. I didn't tell her. I just said it out loud. I said, next time I go to the store, you go to the store, I need you to, pick up them little halls, not the ones for cough, but the ones for irritated throat. Why she reach in her little Harry Potter bag of tricks and throw me some of what I was talking about, right? And I just said at that moment, I said, you know what? This is karma. You know what? All them fucked up relationships that I was in, all them niggas that I thought I was dating, but I really wasn't. I said, you are my karma for that because my baby done chunked me. Hold on, what is these called? Soothing throat lozenges, creamy strawberry flavor. I said, you know what? Karma is real. And sometimes it's good. I said, you know what? But see, all the times I talk about a relationship and we talk about the big things in relationships, money, things like that, but political ideologies, religion. We always talk about the big things that make people compatible or uncompatible. But the reality is relationship is not made up by your religious because that's it is what it is. You're either religious or you're not, you're spiritual or you're not, you're atheist, agnostic, Catholic, Baptist, whatever. Sometimes people will convert if you are Islam or Judaism, and sometimes they'll just work together. So political ideology, if you are dating or married to somebody who is, those are big things. But it's the little things that keep a relationship and make it a real one. And her throwing these little throat lozenges at me made my day. That $3 bag of throat lozenges made my day. Like she just threw me a Tiffany box. That's the shit y'all should be looking for when y'all out here having these babies and telling everybody, my man, my man, my man. And on that, so people, the new song that Megan Thee Stallion got out is very polarizing. People either love it or they hate it. And they're talking about how not generic, but how it's not good. I think the little song is cute. It's fine. It's her version of a love song to her man. And I don't like when she say pop your pussy for your man. Why not? Are you not popping your pussy for your man? I feel like I'm not the sex police. Only time I talk about sex in a negative connotation is when it has something to do with adults and children, or children and children. I think people don't realize how sex can change the dynamic in a relationship. And if you are not emotionally ready for sex, it can mess your entire day up. It can mess your entire life up. And I have seen adults that do not know how to handle a sexual relationship. So I damn sure know kids. So that the only time you'll hear me saying anything with a negative connotation about sex is when children are involved in any way. Because the reality is do it or don't do it. Be a hoe. Be a virgin. Have a one night stand. Don't have sex till you get married. I don't care. But don't shit on how somebody else expresses how they feel sexually about somebody. Y'all know Megan Thee Stallion is not sitting up there singing no fucking ballads. She is talking about popping that pussy and shaking that ass. She is talking about it in several different ways. But at the end of the day, it all ends up being the same. And I am here for 99.9% of it. I have not heard anything from her, Cardi. I don't really like Nicki Minaj, so I don't bring her into the conversation. I don't like Sexy Red, but I like Glorilla. I mean, I'm old, so I really don't. These younger people, you know. And back in the day, they talked about sex all the time. But you kink shaming it, and you talking about, oh, she talks about sex too much. Well, don't listen to it. Or get you some. How about that? But yeah, them hoes. Yeah, that was it. What about you, Leilani? When it comes to sex, what is your? Because now here's the thing: you have two girls, and I have a boy. So when you talk about sex, how do you? Because I don't really talk about sex around Nick. I ask him a question, he answers the question, I go about my business. Do you and now, especially with your girls getting older, do y'all have talks and discussions about that? Do they ask you questions?
Yeah, if they ask me questions, I answer them.
I mean, have y'all? I mean, well, they're young. They're young. They're young. Yeah, but they're still young. I mean, they're not like you and Brittany. You know what I'm saying? Maybe. Would you? You know what? I don't like you. She went from being the MVP to the PBS that quick. But I mean, I think it was different. I think if Nick was a girl, I think if he was a girl, it's different. You know what I'm saying? I've asked him, things, and he's asked me things, and I've told him, and he's told me, and that's about how you go about it. You know what I mean? But with the girls,
ask me questions like her friends tell her stuff, that's happening to them. And she'll come and she'll ask me questions, and I answer whatever it is she's asking. I answer.
Okay.
Just
Okay, I
period.
got another question.
I didn't like how I had to find out stuff
There you
on
go. That's
my
what I yeah. Okay.
own. So,
I
I
got you.
don't keep them secrets. I don't play those goofy games.
Did you or do you? I know it's age appropriate, but do you find yourself figuring out how to tell them what the answer to their question, or you just be like, not like how we talking, but you talk, you know what I'm saying?
I just answer whatever the question is.
I know,
And
I
I
know,
explain the pros and the cons to whatever it is.
I know our kids hate us. Because the first, I don't know how old Nick was. Nick was maybe 7 when he asked me about sex, and I told him. I didn't, tell him fuck dick pussy. I didn't tell him none of that. I was like, sexual intercourse. He asked me about babies, and I told him. I said, well, I started with the sperm and the egg, and I was like, well, man and a woman, they have sex, and the body parts. And I told him. He was like, and he looked at me like, oh. Like, I know in his head, if he could think about it, I know I didn't ask that shit. And I think we've had as he changed eras, because I can't tell him what it's like to have an erection or none of that shit. I can't tell him, I can't, because I don't know that. I can tell him how to treat a girl, but I can't tell him, you know what I'm saying?
My kids were that little, they knew that a baby came out of vagina. They knew that a stork didn't drop it. It didn't pop out of a belly button. They knew that a baby was going to come out of a vagina.
What the fuck to told that baby to come out their belly button? That's what's wrong with folks now. Let me tell you some good stuff. We need some extra good stuff. I told her that, mommy, I carried you in my stomach, and I had you out of my, my area down there. I forget how I told him this shit 20 years ago. Not 20 years ago. He ain't 25. 15, it was a long time ago. He was a baby. He was a kid. And then I had to keep it age appropriate, but I wanted to tell him what I could, because here's the thing. When he got older, the next time we talked about it, I told him, I said, look, let me tell you something. I was probably watching some on TV. He got a whole lot of talks with, because he was in my eyesight when I was watching some on TV, and something pissed me off. So I told him one time, I said, look here, let me tell you something. If you have a question about sex, about having sex, about wanting to have sex, don't listen to your friends. They don't know more than you do. Don't listen to their brothers, because that's why their brothers got babies. I told him, I said, look, ask your questions. It's no judgment. I'm not going to sit up here and tell you not to have it, because the reality is, I know, at least with me, and I know a lot of people, if you tell a child that that's this, and the third, and you don't give them a reason and breakdown and understand what's going on, they're going to go try to find it for themselves. If you don't give your kids information and you get them bullshit, they're going to go out and try to find information, whether it's right or wrong, somewhere. So I told him, I said, if you got questions, you can come to me. I'm not a dude, so I can't go into ins and outs of dude shit, but I can give you it from a female perspective, and I can give you it from an adult perspective. And then we did have one conversation when he got a little bit older, and I told him, I said, if you're going to have sexual intercourse with anybody at any time, please always wear a condom. Bring your own condom. Bring your own condom. I said, don't let no girl bring you something out her pocket, and don't have your condom in your wallet looking like a ring. Okay. Go buy some new ones. Always keep it covered up, because nobody got no time for no grandbabies. And then as he got older, like 17, 18, I explained why I told him, because I didn't tell him at first why I told him not to let the girl bring the condom. And then I told him, I said, don't let her put it on. Then at some point, I did get, a little more expressive about situations and things. And he would sometimes say something, but for the most part, he talked to DC. He didn't talk to me about it. And then she'll come in and say, we had, hey, Rico. We talk. I said, I don't want to know what y'all talk about. As long as he's talking to somebody. I think he'd say talk to Charles. He has people he can talk to. He has men he can talk to. But I wanted to make sure that she could talk to somebody. I'm gonna reiterate that, and I'm gonna always figure out a way to make sure your kids can talk to you and come to you and talk to you. Because listen to me, y'all. To anybody who's listening now and listen later, your children will find somebody to talk to, and everybody who talks to your child does not have your child's best interest at heart. And I'm not just talking about your small children. I'm talking about your teenagers. I'm talking about your 20-year-olds, shit, 30-year-olds. Make sure that your kid. I make sure that your kid make a joke out of how often they called you. Okay. Well, yeah. But that really pissed me off. I have to go on because I'm thinking because right now, stopping talking. I'm still thinking about that bitch sitting up there recording some man. Look him. It's a good thing that we see stuff after it's happened or thousands of miles away. Cause I feel like I'd be in prison. Hey, Pauline. Thank you. I feel like I'd be in jail because I think violence is the answer to a lot of stuff. I really do. I really think violence is the answer to a lot of stuff. Because I really think that people talk so reckless online and to other people because they ain't never been slapped right. Because they ain't been slapped right. You know what I'm saying? I firmly believe that people talk all that shit because somebody just ain't slapped the shit out of them the first time they said it. And I'm glad that I'm old enough and broke down enough to where I just can't get out and slap the shit out of nobody no more. Because I don't remember people being so reckless with their mouth when I was younger. Now you had people that were reckless. I had a bad attitude, a hot temper, and thought I could fight a bear. But it wasn't with everybody. You know what I'm saying, Leilani? How was your temper? I ain't never really heard you. Because you got a smart mouth, but I ain't never really heard you be mad.
I have always been very, very good at restraining my temper. It takes a lot to get me to the point to where I actually respond. Now, if somebody was stupid enough to reach out and touch me, oh, they got touched. Trust and believe, they ain't touched me no more.
I understand the smart mouth. I understand that because I have one. I understand the slick ass mouth. I do because it is what it is. But I've never
reading. Hey, Rico.
Huh? What did you say? Oh, but I ain't never heard you get mad. You know what I'm saying? Even when you
a whole lot, and so just words on the screen, that ain't gonna get me mad. That ain't gonna work out.
Well, see, here's the thing. I'm a little crazy. I don't know what gonna make me mad. That's the killing part. I can't sit up here and tell you. Now there are just things that make everybody mad. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm pissed off about that mama and that little boy and that shit in that barbershop. Everybody with just a little bit of decency, just a little bit, should be mad about that. But in an argument or talking to people, you know what I'm saying? I can't sit up here and tell you what they're gonna say that's gonna piss me off. Because 3 people can say the exact same thing but say it in a different way, and only one of them will piss me off, or all 3 of them. You know what I'm saying? It's like, baby, we'll be having a discussion, or like I said, we don't have arguments. We have disagreements. But in that disagreement, she might say something she'd have said 3,000 times, but on 3,000 times in one, it hit that little crazy switch that's in my head somewhere. And I have to actively go, it ain't that serious. And they shut the fuck up, bitch. It ain't that serious. That's what I'm talking to me. I'm talking to myself. I'm like, you look crazy. Calm your ass down. Because I sit up here and I can feel myself because it starts in my chest to have a heart attack. And then my ears get hot. I don't know where that shit come from.
I get hot on top of my head and it works its way down.
It started my chest and worked its way up. Because by the time I get to them hot ass ears, I'm about to say some reckless shit out of my mouth. So, at work, I have to, when I was bartending and waiting tables and being a hostess at Buffalo Wild Wings, I met thousands of people on a weekly basis. And a lot of them bitches didn't know how to be in public. It just is what it is. But it was the bitches that I worked with that thought they could say anything to me. There was this white chick who was a server, and she came up there one day and I did the floor chart and and she wanted me to move her, do something. I forget where it started, but she kept coming up there and I told her, I said, and she thought because she'd been there longer than me, that she'd been doing, I guess, this longer than me. I had to tell her that first time. I said, bitch, I've been doing this since 1989. If you don't get the fuck out of my face. That's what I said. Because back then, I'm cussing out servers. I'm cussing out everybody that worked there. Because you ain't going to talk to me breakfast. I'm the oldest person here. I'm out at the time, other than Jim, who's only a couple of years older than me. I was the oldest motherfucker there. You ain't going to talk to me like I'm no child. So she came up there. And she kept coming up there. And I told her, I said, and the first time I said, don't come up here no more. I said, it's not changing. And it is what it is. I was trying to be professional because I was at work. But wasn't nobody really in the store then. Came up there again. Up there on my thing. My hostess stand. I said, I let it go. I said, I'm not going to sit up here and keep arguing with this bitch. If she want to look at it, I'm going to do what I'm going to do. It don't matter. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to do what I'm going to do. So you coming up here rubbing on this damn plastic thing, it don't mean shit to me. She came up there a third time. And that's the time that that's when the voice changed. You know what I'm talking about? I said, I'd have told your motherfucking ass, don't come up here no more. It is not going to change. He told me to do this. I don't give a shit what you want. Hey, TT.
Hey, TT.
I don't give a shit what you want. So she said something. She said something back. Now, I think it was when the bitch talked back that the just regular cuts and stop. And I'm gonna hit this bitch with a tray started. I would hit a bitch with a tray in a restaurant. That's what they for. Hell, because I carry that.
Not that's what they for.
That's what the hell they gotta be for. Because I carry shit in my hand. Because you know what I'm saying? It's just easier. Trays are hard, and children can tip trays. This is a segue. Trays are hard, and people can tip your tray over and fuck your whole day up. But I can carry 5 glasses. I can carry 4 glasses in one hand. I used to could. I don't know what I can do now. I'm old. I'm raggedy. I don't know what I can do now. And I can carry trays. I can carry plates up and down my arm. But I carry most of them in my hand. So to me, a tray is a bust a bitch in the face. It covers a great space. You know what I'm saying? And you can swing it. I can put both hands on it and swing it and bring it through the wind resistance with enough force to smush a bitch face. But anyway, so now I was no longer talking. Because when I'm cussing, I'm doing it it's almost like when somebody who has autism, it's like self-soothing. The cuss words are soothing me to keep me from hurting this hoe. And she came up there one more time and she said something slick out of her mouth. I told her, I said, you got one more motherfucking time to come up here. Now, y'all do understand that you can go to jail for making terroristic threats. You can go to jail for telling somebody you're going to whoop their motherfucking ass. You can. It is against the law. Or you can get arrested, or you can get the police called on you, fired. So I had to figure out how to say stuff at work. So I told her, I said, you got one more time to come up front. That's all I said. But it's the way I said it. Because there was another server up there, and she was like, she stopped in the door. She was like, and I just walked off. And then I walked off because by then that shit had charred into my chest. And it was working its way up to my forehead. If it made my forehead, I was going to punch that bitch on her face. I walked and left her standing where she was standing. After I told her to don't come up here. You got one more. This is what I told you. You got one more time to come up. I didn't cuss that time. You got one more time to come up here. I left her. And as I walked from the front back to the back office, I get to the back office. By the time I'm in the back office, I'm about to cry. I can't talk right. You know how when anybody ever been so mad that you can't form sentences and your tears are back, not in your eyes like in the corner, but back here you can feel them behind your eyes.
Yep.
I don't know how to describe it, but you feel like the tears are behind your eyes and you can't, and And you know how when kids, you done whoop their ass and they sitting over there going like that?
Yep.
That's how I was talking because I was so fucking mad. So I get to the back and I get to the back to the gym and I said, and I couldn't catch myself. I said, you need to get that bitch before I get her. You need to get that bitch before I get her. That's what I told my GM. He said, shit, what's going on? And I told him. I said, if I go back up there and she up there, I'm gonna fuck her up. And I told him that we was in the office in the back because I was doing all other stuff in the front of the house. Wasn't nobody in the restaurant yet. I said, I told her she got one more time to come up there. I told her what you said. I told her what's going on. I told her I'm not gonna change it. And you know that I'm gonna make it worse for her. Now I'm gonna make it worse. You might want to send her home. I said, but if you don't get her, I'm gonna get her. And he told, sit right here. Don't go back up front. Because it was a black guy. And when I said the only one that was older than me was him, and he was only a couple of years older than me. And he knew me. He hired me. He said, just stay in here for a second. And I sat down and he was doing something. And I think I finished it for him. And when the time he got back, I said I finished it. And I put it in the thing. And he said, I said, well, you went out there. He said, yeah. He said, it's okay. And I went back out there. And she didn't leave. He didn't send her home. But I promise you on everything I love. Everything I love and it's going on. I fucked that bitch whole tips up that day. Every time. Because let me tell you something. Anybody who does a job and has been doing a job for a long time, and you know when you good at that job, you know what I'm saying? I am an expert at customer service, bartending, and wait tables. I am an expert. I am a trainer level expert. I train managers, GMs, district managers. I train fucking owners. I open stores. I close stores. I am
Me
an expert.
too.
Huh?
Me
What?
too.
I am an expert at that. I can give a class to anybody. Understand me. If you piss me off and you a server, do you not understand? I am the one that decides whether or not your ass go home with $20 or $200. Every time I saw a table, I know didn't tip. Where the fuck you think you with? I was there Monday through Friday. I was there. Every time somebody I know was gonna be an ass, where you think it went? Here's the thing. People look at service workers, customer service, cashiers, bartender, servers. They look at those as beneath them or lesser than. They do. Leilani, I know you done had to deal with motherfuckers coming there and think that because you working in Sam's or Walmart or whatever, that just because you working here by default, it's something wrong with you. You slow or
and that I work for that company.
Right. And that you know that you own the company. What pisses me off is how people think that you can enact change. When I used to go to a table and bring a ticket, and they were like, "Why is it so expensive?" I don't know. My name is Lisa. Lisa, because that's what I used to put on my thing. If I wore a name tag, because sometimes I had to wear one. A lot of times when I tell people all the time, I train the way I want to. I don't always train the way the company want me to train. But at the end of the day, I'm very good at what I do. And I still train what they want, but I still add my own sprinkle. We used to have servers because the reality is when you leave, if you're a good server, you leaving out of the restaurant. I've left out of the restaurant with thousands of dollars in my pocket. And there was a point there when people would come into the restaurant, look at the name tag, see the name. And then when you're walking out to your car, call your name, stop you, rob you, and hurt you. So I stopped putting my name on my name tag for a long time. But if you work in a corporate restaurant, you have to follow that. So if like the what's the word? like if the district manager or somebody big gonna be in there, I would have my name on my name tag. And I had like a name tag we got from the place because I was a trainer and because I've been there like 5 years. So I had good name tag, so I had to win. But my name tag don't say owner. I have people say talk about why is this so expensive?
Because what you ordered was expensive.
That's what you wanted. Or I used to hate, can you hook me up for what? For you not to give me a tip? Get the fuck out of here. No. Let me tell you something. Could I hook people up? Absolutely. I could go in the back and cook my own food if I wanted to. If I wanted to and it was not too busy, I could go in the back and cook my own food for every fucking table I got in my section. If I wanted to, I could cook up anybody I wanted to. Extra sauce, extra chicken wings, a basket of fries, if I wanted to. But why would I? Because the people that come up here talking about, can you hook me up? What you got for me are the very people who gonna argue about how much this shit is and give me $1 on 100. Or in Walmart, I don't know if anybody's never worked in Walmart. We used to price match and we used to coupon match. You know what I'm saying? But it had to be something that was in our store. If let's say you went to CVS, this chick went to CVS, and at CVS they had, I forget, it was sugar, but it was a coupon to CVS. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. It wasn't that the sugar was 99 cents for a 5-pound bag. It was if you had the CVS coupon, it was 99 cents. Mm-hmm. Our Domino's sugar was $2.99. I told this lady, she had 5 pounds. She had 5-pound bags, and she wanted me to give them to her for 99 cents a piece. I said, "Man, those are $2.99, $2.98 or something." Well, you price match. I said, "Yes, we do." I said, "We price match. We don't price match coupons. The only reason those are 99 cents in the store is because they have a coupon where it gets reimbursed." And I explained it to her, but this bitch didn't want them to see. I try not to cuss it. I try, because I don't understand why people sitting up here with customers, and I see a lot of people do skits about dealing with customers and how they just smile and da-da-da-da-da and whoop-de-whoop. I try to do that. But then you always got customers that test the limits of how far I'm going to try. So she on the phone talking to somebody. This bitch over here won't price match. I said, this bitch ain't price matching, because that's not price matching. We don't price match coupons. If you want those for 99 cents, you're going to have to go to CVS. Well, I want your manager. I don't give a shit. What's up? Hey. I can't do it. I'm not overriding it. If she want to override it, she can. She gonna use her number and she gonna override it. I'm not fucking overriding it. I didn't say fucking. I said I'm not giving you anything. I can hear you, and I don't know. I said a lot of stuff. And I walked back. I told her, I said she being rude and she's trying to do something we don't do. She wanted to use a coupon, a CVS coupon, to get these $2.98 sugars for 99 cents. And I told her I couldn't do that. I said I could price match if CVS was running a special for
99 cents.
99 cents. I said, but CVS had a coupon for CVS specifically, which meant back they were going to get back the $2. Or how much CVS charge, because CVS was more than Walmart for, but they were going to get their money back, because that's what a coupon does. You have the coupon and you send that coupon back into the company, and the company then sends you your money back. If I override and give you these $2 or $3 things for 99 cents, first of all, they're going to ask me why the hell I did it. And second of all, they're not going to get their money back. So I explained it to her nice up until the time that bitch got to talking shit. And then I realized that, you know what? I don't make $7.20 an hour.
When I used to manage at Blockbuster, when I moved up.
Oh, girl, you said Blockbuster.
Blockbuster. My aunt used to her physical therapy was in the same shopping strip. She would come up there and just sit and watch me interact with customers because she loved when somebody tried to come up there and lie to try to get some discounts to get a refund on some returning their stuff late.
Mhm.
Because no matter what they would say, they couldn't make me mad and they couldn't confuse me. And she would just be giggling her head off in the corner because they would try. I'm a lawyer. Congratulations. You owe $3.99.
Oh, they would kill me. They kill me when they come in and talk about, I'm a lawyer, I'm a doctor, I'm an Indian. I don't give a shit.
Like, what's that got to do with this movie? You still owe $3.99, lawyer. Like,
As a matter of fact, because you're a lawyer, $5. $5.
And it was always the most ridiculous thing. And the thing is,
Thank you, TT.
if they were just nice, I could have just, been nice and be like, I'm gonna take this off this time. But when they came in lying, that's gonna be like, no.
I don't understand that. That's what boggles my mind. That's what I don't understand. If you are cool with me, I'm gonna be cool with you. If you are, and I'm not talking about tipping. That's not what I'm talking about. When I go to a restaurant, I don't take my day out on the person that's waiting on my table. I don't know, and I never did. Not even before I started waiting tables. Now I wasn't a tipper, but I wasn't rude and ugly to people unless you was rude and ugly to me. I don't understand that. I don't understand in what world they think that works. You being rude and ugly to somebody and then want to turn around and ask somebody to do something for you. I'm going to tell your manager, I don't care. Bitch, I'm about to go get my manager because my manager know I will cut you out. I told somebody that one day. I did. I told the table that. They started getting yapping breakfast and stuff. I told his homeboy because he went to the bathroom. So I had somebody sitting at the bar and this dude kept working with me. He kept doing it. And my bar was busy and his homeboy was talking about, that's just how he is. I don't care. He wanted something. And I told him, he was telling me about something he wanted in the menu and how he wanted it. I gave it to him like that. And he said, that's not what he asked for. I said, sorry, that here's what you asked for. He said, that's not what I asked for. I said, okay. I said, and I repeated what he asked for. And I repeated it. And then I went and got it redone. I said, he said, this is not what he asked for, except that is what he asked for. And then I gave the same thing. And then I took it back to him. You just must be stupid, da, 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 da. I told him, I said, you know what? You right. You right. And I didn't say anything else to him the whole time he was sitting there. Nothing. I said something to the guy he came with. I said something to everybody else to that bar. I didn't say anything to him. He didn't exist anymore. As a matter of fact, Nitty said something smart. I said, as a matter of fact, before I cuss your ass out, I'm about to go get my manager. I'm going to let her deal with you. I'm not even dealing with you anymore. I'm going to transfer your ticket to my manager because I don't care, sir. I'm going to be here tomorrow. You're not going to get me fired because you're in the wrong. We have cameras everywhere. I said, we have cameras everywhere. And his homeboy was like, well, just take. I said, no. And I said, you got one more time before I pass your ticket on. I said, you cannot keep. He went to the bathroom, and you know how people are when I don't understand that. So if you know your homeboy jacked up, and I'm sure he ain't your friend for real, because if you can't tell him he's jacked up and you can't say nothing to him, then he ain't your friend. That's just somebody you trying to hang around. I told him, I said, please don't make excuses for him. You know he wrong. Yeah, I know, but that's just how he is. That's just how he is. But he about to be that way with somebody else. I said, I'm not doing it. And I said, if you have a problem with that, I can understand you wanting to be loyal to your friend. I would transfer your ticket as well. And I will ignore you because I'm not going to understand. I told his homeboy, I said, I'm not going to do anything for him. I'm not going to give him a refill. I'm not going to give him anything else to drink. I'm not going to bring him a napkin. He can tap somebody on the shoulder when they walk by. I'm not doing nothing else. I'm not getting him another beer. He said, well, I said, no, it's not. I said, let me tell you something. I don't understand. And here's what I don't understand. Corporate America, corporate restaurants have made it so that people can come in and abuse people who make $2.13 an hour. When I waited tables and bartending, that's the only place I ever worked where I didn't make more than the servers. But as a waitress and a bartender at Buffalo Wild Wings, I made $2.13 an hour. You think you gonna abuse me for $2.13 an hour? You think I give a shit about you calling that corporate line? We have, again, I say cameras everywhere. You got one time. I got one time to walk off. You got one time to say something. I have never for the life of me understood why people go into restaurants. And like I said earlier, going to restaurants, going to stores, going to anywhere and take their day out on the person that's just trying to get by, the person that's making your drinks, the person that's making your food, the person that is asking you if you need anything, the person that is helping you. I don't understand it. Now, I'm not going to sit up there and say that. What I'm saying is, I'm not saying that you should cuss out a server or a cashier that's rude, because absolutely you should. Because just like it's messed up customers, it's messed up employees. I think we went to Applebee's, and this little girl should not have been in the section she was in. She was doing awful. She wasn't rude. She just was not trained properly. And it was like a Friday night or a Friday afternoon because it was still light outside. It was just bad. And I really, if you're just not good, I don't like calling managers on you. I'm going to call the manager on a rude bitch right after I cuss out. Well, not cuss out, but right after I let her know I see you. You know what I'm saying? Now I call the manager on that person. But I don't like calling managers on somebody that's just, having a bad day, or because you can tell there's a difference, or somebody who's just not good at what they're doing. So I was like, I didn't tell her to get a manager. There was another server in that area, and he said something about her being new. I said, baby, can you do me a favor? And can you get the manager for me? He was like, yeah, she knew. She don't mean to. I said, I'm not about to talk bad about her. I'm not. I mean, I'm about to say something, but I'm not about to try to get her in trouble. I just want to holler at the manager for a second. And because I would go in restaurants like that, I have had restaurant managers ask me if I wanted a job because of the stuff I've said. So I just told her, I said, hey, the baby was there. She was like looking at me, what you about? I said, no, I'm not about to be ugly. I asked the lady, I said, is our server new? She was like, yeah. She's like, yeah, she's new. I said, she needs to go back into training. I said, she's a sweet girl, but she can't handle this section. And she looked at me. I said, ma'am, I used to work at Applebee's. I said, I worked in a restaurant, and this is just 1989. I think this was 2000, like 16, 14, 15, 16, in that little area. I said, she needs a little more training. I said, because she's going to get a table that's going to hurt her feelings. Or she's going to get a table that's going to be mean to her, or she's going to really mess up somebody's order, and you're going to have to comp a lot of food from her. She doesn't need to have a section at all. She was like, I know. She said what she said. I said, she's fine. She's sweet. And I'll talk her through my table, but she's going to catch a table that's going to make her cry. Why can't people be like that? If you see somebody struggling, why you got to be mean to them? You know what I'm saying? I'm sure you ain't went to work every day when you go out to your job every day fluffy. You know what I mean? Why can't somebody say, I see you having a bad day? You know what I mean? And you know what I'm saying? Why you got to attack? I'm going to tell a manager. You know what I mean? I don't understand it.
I can say for myself, I personally coach so many little kids working in CVS and Walgreens on how to count back cash because they don't know how.
I know.
They don't know how. They're sitting there. I give them money. I need to put him on my Chime card or on Rayon's Chime card or something. Mm-hmm. And they're sitting there like, 1, 2, 3, and I'm like, here, baby, look. Because I put it out in a perfect order for them to be able to count.
Right.
And they pick it up in a different way instead. And I'm like, put it back down how I had it. You see this here? There you go. 20, 40, 60, 81, 20, 40, 60, 82, 20, 40, 60, 80, 90, 95, 100. Okay?
Right. But you see what I'm saying? But why? But what I'm saying is this. What I'm saying is that okay, let me ask you a question. Did it mess up your day to do that?
Nope.
Did it take any of the quality of your day away?
Nope.
Instead of it, everybody want to go out in the world and think that somebody owe them something. You know how many servers? I'm like, come here. I'd have been at my table. Come here. What you better do? Not even at a restaurant that I done worked at. I had went into a restaurant. I got okay. Like when I was younger. Okay. If y'all think I'm bad now, I'm not. I cussed the manager out so hard. Even I went home and said, you know what? You didn't have to say all that. You ever cuss somebody out so bad? Later on, when you ain't mad no more, you went, well, damn. Even I went home and went, well, damn.
I just say they shouldn't have pushed me.
Here, okay.
You get me to that point because I'm not as trigger happy as you are with the cussing. If you push me to the point of me cussing you out, you deserved everything I just said.
Okay.
Absolutely deserved every word I said.
So what had happened was I was working at Applebee's and I was closing and we were slammed. I don't know what happened. I don't know where all these people came from, but I was by myself. I was the only server in this restaurant. This restaurant was damn near full. You should have seen me. I was like Speedy Gonzalez. I look like that shit. Like, you ever seen something that's zooming so fast, it just look like a color? I look like the color, whatever shirt I had on that day. But I had a GM and a manager there. Now we had other servers that were closing, but we had to get them off the clock. They were already off the clock. And at the time, they couldn't clock back in. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. In the system that we had, once they had did their shift, they couldn't come back in. So I still had people who were running drinks, but people were doing their side work and cleaning up. So I wouldn't have to do that when we finally closed, rolling silverware and shit, doing their side work. But I ain't had time to discuss nothing with nobody. If I saw somebody who wasn't doing something, could you grab water for this table? I'm just gone. But I'm at the back at the expo line, getting food out, getting my people out, standing there. I had no help whatsoever. I'm like, where's the manager? Where's the manager? Where's the manager? Where's the manager? That's for 2 hours. For 2 hours, I look like a crackhead on payday. You hear me? I was a crackhead on payday. You know how when folks get paid, crackheads be from here to here to here. In 10 seconds, a crackhead then hit up 15 people. That's how I look. So I'm standing at the expo line waiting on my 1,300 plate. And this motherfucker come out the office and bumped me and told me to go do something. And before I knew it, now this was a GM, or he was an assistant GM, a manager. I don't forget what he was. He was a manager, but I think he was the assistant GM at the time. And he was supposed to be closing. This motherfucker had been in the office for the past 2 hours on the phone begging for some pussy, trying to get his wife to give him some. Said, if I'll buy you the truck if you give me some. He back there on the phone begging for some coochie for 2 hours while I'm sitting out there about to stroke out, about to have 3 heart attacks, trying to get these people and not have a whole restaurant full of pissed off people and get my money. You know what I'm saying? So when he comes out, he physically bumps me. And on any other night, had I not been stroking out, it would have been all right. Because he didn't like push me. I was standing on the expo and he came up. You know how you full body somebody on the side? Mm-hmm. Like, right. I said, don't motherfucking touch me. I've been out here for 2 hours by myself. Where the fuck you been? And this is what I said to this man. Now, my roommate who worked with me at the time was standing on one side, rolling silverware. Another server who was she might have been the other side closer because I was on smoking and she was on non-smoking. I think she was getting a drink behind me. And she was busy too. That's what I'm saying. He wasn't helping nobody, but I was in smoking. I had all the smoking plus the bar. You know what I'm saying? She had just like, I don't know if y'all ever been into a Applebee's that has two sides and then the horseshoe bar. I had the one side plus the whole bar. She just had the side wall, right? I told this man, I said, don't you motherfucking touch me. Why don't you go back in the office and get back on the phone begging your wife for some pussy like you've been doing for the past 2 motherfucking hours? I said all that just like that. That's what I said. He looked at me, turned 300 shades of red because it's a white dude. My roommate was over there trying her best not to pass the fuck out laughing. And the white girl, who was the other one, she was standing behind, and I heard her go. He walked out, and the kitchen, the cooks, in the back, they was laughing. They just was out laughing. They ain't give shit. So he goes and leaves, and I finish what I'm doing. And he tried to say something to me. You know what I'm saying? I said, don't fucking say shit to me. I said, you were in the office for 2 hours. There are cameras. I said, I have been expediting. I have been running food. I have been making drinks for the past 2 hours. And you didn't even come out the office. You didn't even open the fucking door. So don't say shit to me. When I went to get my money, I done cussed him smooth out. I hate managers like that. I hate managers that side with the customer even when the customer's wrong. I hate managers thinking you the king, that you the king of the world because you're a manager. Because again, that's why I say I don't argue. So we had a manager that had gotten robbed one night. Somebody had busted him in the head with one of the skillets. Now that wasn't funny, but what was funny is he said something to me about getting back to work or working. I said, and I jokingly, I really did. I said, I work more than you did. That's just how I said it. I said, I work more than you do. Just like that. And I guess that was his switch for him. Like I said, I don't know my switch. I don't know anybody else's. That was his switch for him. I was joking. I was playing. It didn't even, I said it just like I just said to you. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like if me and you talking and you said, you need to get back to work. I work more than you. Does that sound like I want to fight you?
Nope.
So I said it just like that. So he said something about, he said he snapped. I said, who the fuck you talking to? I'm a good at who the fuck you talking to kind of person. Because when he snapped in front of customers. Right? He snapped out in the restaurant and not in the back. I said, who the fuck you talking to? I said, go look at my time. Go look at my name and see how many pay grades I got up under mine. Go ask the GM who the fuck I am. I said, get the fuck out of here. They should have knocked your ass out. You probably let them in. It was like, oh. It's like, what you talking about? I said, when he got his head busted the fucking frame, what the fuck you talking? Man, I done turned into who is bad? Nino Brown. Was that Nino? On New Jack City? I turned into Nino Brown that day. Don't talk to me. You are a tall, funny looking white dude that is a manager at Applebee's. And I make more money than you. Okay? Leave me alone. Leave me be. If you don't want your feelings hurt, and he tried to send me home too. And the GM said, you should have left alone. Most of my GMs, the people that know me, it wasn't until my Applebee's, it wasn't until my GM went to another store, and then the dude that I told to go back in the office and try to get some pussy from his wife, then he fired me on a Friday. I went to TGI Friday that night, that afternoon, that evening, whatever. He sent me home. I said, cool. I went there, and the manager of that restaurant used to come into Applebee's, and she said, what are you doing here? I said, I just got fired. She said, can you start Monday? I said, I sure can. I was fired for 3 days. I was fired for 30 minutes. Be careful, baby. I went straight in. I ain't do no training or nothing. And it wasn't even my restaurant.
That happened to me when I left Blockbuster. When I left Blockbuster, I went down the street. I had just got my results from taking my certification for my medical assistant.
Uh-huh.
I walked into a clinic down the street, and I just asked if they were hiring, and I wanted an application. A guy came out of the back.
Uh-huh.
He took my transcript, my school transcript from my hand, and he took my results from my tests in the other hand, and he looked at it and he said, "Go put on some scrubs and come back." Thank you.
My roommate was like, "What the hell just happened?" I said, "I used to wait on her. She used to come to Applebee's all the time." She said, "How you got fired?" I said, "Because he didn't fire me for I told him, realistically, I could have went and got my job back at Applebee's if I wanted to. And I'd been there a minute by the time this happened. I've been there like 3 or 4 years by the time this happened. And eventually I did go back to Applebee's because he eventually got busted because he wasn't good. He wasn't a good manager. He got busted back down from GM. He started out as like front of the house manager. He went to assistant manager. And then because he was an assistant manager, when the other manager got moved to another store, he went up to GM. But he wasn't a good manager. He just wasn't good. He did shit like that all the time. He got cussed out all the time. I wasn't the only person cussing him out. I was just the best at it and most consistent. But I wasn't the only person doing it. So a few months later, I found out he got demoted back to like kitchen manager or something. And I went back to Applebee's and went to another store to open it. And just, but yeah, my GM said you shouldn't have been fucking with him. This is how when you make yourself, when I used to train kids, I said you make yourself indispensable. Don't be somebody they can easily replace. Because if you're somebody they can easily replace, they will replace you. But the downside to doing that is they will use you if you're indispensable.
Yep.
I was used a lot. I was used quite a bit. But I was cool with that because as a bartender or server, the customers determine how much money you make, but you're not stuck with a 9-to-5 paycheck. You know what I'm saying? So you determine a lot of the money. So even though I'm being used, I ain't had no kids. I didn't have no husband, no wife. I ain't had nowhere to be but work. So I was fine with working 5, 6, 7 days a week, sometimes 10, 12 hours a day. I was fine with that. I was young too. But I used to tell people, be indispensable. Get good at your job. And don't just get good at your job. Learn the other jobs around you. Don't just be a server. Be a hostess. Learn how to host. Learn how to seat tables. Learn the customers. I said, don't just go in the kitchen. Learn the expo line. Learn one of the stations in the kitchen. Be somebody that when I was working at Applebee's, I had thank you. I had 7 different pay scales on my thing. When I would go in to work, I think it was 7. I had server, hostess, expo, prep, kitchen, bartender. 5. I had 5 different things. Trainer. 6. And then after a while, I got a separate cook because prep and cook were different. So yeah, I had 7 different pay things on my thing. So I come in there one day dressed to be a server, one day to be a bartender. I come in there one day with my street clothes on because I'm the expo. I come in there one day, go back in the kitchen and prep and come in there one day I was supposed to be off and going home. And the girl who was the mid cook got in a car accident. So I had to get on the line and cook. So be indispensable at your job. Don't just be, I'm just a server. No, I can do whatever the hell you want me to do. because in being that, when you cuss out somebody, you ain't the first person they're fired. My GM, my GM went through audited something one night because I guess where I used to work and the way the computer thing was set up, you open the table and you could you could take the money from somebody, but you didn't have to close the table out, right? And what I would do, or not what I would do, but what they would do is they would move the drinks. The drinks were like $3.29, right? Just remember that number. So they would take, if somebody, you got a table of 4, everybody gets drinks. You print out the tickets with the drinks on it. Then you move the drinks and you cash their tickets out. But then you move the drinks to a separate table and don't close that table out. Those drinks that are paid for can ride the whole day. You see what I'm saying? So let's say that I got a table of 4 and everybody got a Coke or a tea. Everybody got $3.29. I got their tickets. I don't close that table out. You can only do it on a cash table. You can't do it on a credit card table. So there were like 4 or 5 servers doing that. And he finally caught them because they've been doing it forever. They've been doing it for weeks, right? My roommate was doing it. My roommate bought a car doing it. Just so happened the night that he audits the thing, I was in the bar and it was a Friday night and I didn't have anybody drinking anything other than liquor and beer. I had one person that had a Coke that was a designated driver, one person that had water. Everybody else was getting fucked up. I got the whole section lit, right? So I come back in the office the next morning. Now he wasn't planning on firing me, but he wanted to cuss me out. So I come back in the office the next day because he got everybody else who did it, right? But the problem with everybody else who did it were people like me, the servers that he couldn't fire because he knew we could do other stuff in the store. Just so happened, I didn't do that day. My roommate had fucked him up. He got my roommate. He got a couple other people. He came in there. He had a little short. He was shorter than me, little dude. He came in there and he's cussing me out. I was like, "What the fuck is wrong with you? Why are you cussing at me? What did I do now?" He said, "Why didn't you drink up any drinks last night? You got all these tickets and you sold all this." I said, "Sir," I said, "please look at my alcohol consumption." He said, "Huh?" I said, "You sitting up here talking about some damn Coke and tea and shit." I said, "Did you look at my beer, wine, and liquor?" He said, I said, "Go look at that." I said, "I didn't serve any drinks." I said, "I served one chick a Coke or something because she was a designated driver, and I served a couple bitches some water. Everybody else in my section was drunk. I had to roll 3 people out my damn section. What are you talking about?" He said, "Well, y'all been stealing from me." "Who is y'all?" "Well, shut the hell up talking to me." I said, "When you cuss me out for some shit I did. Goodbye." And walked out the office. That was my GM. That's how I talked to my GM. Because that's how I could talk to my GM. Just like I could go to my last GM at my last job at Buffalo Wild Wings and tell her to go get that bitch before I get her. Because I could cook, hostess, bartend, cashier, manage, be somebody that they can't do without if you work in jobs like that. Now, this might not apply to being a doctor or lawyer, but it should. You know what I mean? Just like you're a nurse, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you should just nurse. You know what I mean? Y'all are like not trying to be funny. Y'all are more important than doctors 99% of the time.
Yep.
But nurses just don't nurse. Nurses CNA and they, you know what I'm saying? Nurses nurse. They do everything. Well, I mean, you should do. I mean, that's just my advice. You're living in a time now where it's hard to get a job. Shit, sometimes it's hard to keep a job. If you're going into a job, don't be. And people are shaming people for jobs like cashier and bartender and server and things like that. Talking about you need to get a real job. What's a real job? Can somebody tell me what a real job is? What's a real job?
The one that pay.
Because I thought a real job was anything to give you a paycheck, anything you pay income tax on.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, I would love to have actually did what I supposed to do and went to law school. I would love to, but I didn't. So any job is a real job. I hate when people shame people about the jobs they have. You know what I mean? You need to get a real job. I used to hate when the guy that I dated, you need a real job. You know how easy I can marry you. Boy, if you don't get somewhere and get the fuck out of my face, you don't get out of my face. If I actually acted right back when I was in the height of my serving, I made twice what most people in real jobs make. You know what I'm saying? So if it's about the money, sir, I mean, now being a cashier, you ain't gonna make so much. It is what it is. So I would suggest that if you go into a store and you just one thing, learn other jobs. You know what I'm saying? Try to move up in these positions. Try to be indispensable, because certain jobs but no. We've been on 2 hours already. God damn it. All right. Because that pissed me off. And if I think about it anymore, I'm not going to think about it no more. Thank you, Leilani, for getting up here and hanging out with me and giving me somebody to talk to. Because most of the time I be looking crazy. You ought to see me over here talking to y'all when I be on just regular YouTube and you can't have nobody up on the panel. I be over here looking crazy like I'm talking to 30 people in the room. So thank you for joining me. I want to thank everybody who came through the chat. I want to thank all of you. Every time I get off, I'm going to say thank you. I really do appreciate the support. I appreciate the love. Thank you guys so much for coming out and hanging out with me for 2 hours and listening to me cuss people out. I don't know what I'm going to talk about tomorrow. I'll probably be back. Halloween is almost here. So maybe we'll talk about just some craziness tomorrow. Halloween is Friday. And nobody but Penelope, because I was telling baby last night, I was like, Nick ain't going Halloween. He's grown. He's grown.
Well, Shaylin's going to Tulsa, and Rayon and her friend are supposed to go to Fright Night at the amusement park. So I don't.
You got nobody Halloween either?
I'm not taking nobody Halloween. First time in 19 years.
Oh, Nick has a Halloween. Then how was he about to be 21? I think he stopped. No, he Halloween after he got out of high school. I don't think he's Halloween since I know he had Halloween since he went in the military, but I think the year before that Halloween before he went in, I don't think he Halloween, but that's crazy. The crazy, the little stuff you miss. So we'll figure out something to talk about tomorrow. Thank you guys so much. I really, really appreciate y'all. I love you guys. Stay safe, stay blessed, and I love you. Thank you. Make sure you hit that like button. If you haven't already hit that like button for me. Comment down below, whatever. Something you want me to talk about. You agree, you disagree. I don't care. Share this video and subscribe. If you come across me and you ain't a part of the Bomb Squad yet, y'all join the Bomb Squad. It's cool over here. And hit that notification bell so that every time we drop a video go live, you guys can join us. Thank you so much. And y'all have a great, great night. It's your girl Lisa, and I'm out. Y'all make
let's see how you do under pressure. I've been wanting this shit forever. I've been in the field with whatever they throw at me. Brush it off, pick myself up, moving on to the better. Ain't no errors, baby, it's a new era. I wake up early, feeling rich like I'm Kesha. I get to the paper, boy. Extra. Fuck with me, you know that I got it. Come with me, let's take a trip to the islands. We up on the jet, we'll do more than just fly on it. Stand on that hill, you gon' die on it. Boom. Baby, I'm not one of them, you should try on it. Miss me with all that, I'm on it and next. Fuck this up, I send you back to your ex. But good luck with that, this is big as it gets. Hey, let's see how you do under pressure. Let's see how you do under pressure. Give them a name to remember. Hey, let me shoot a whole clip. Firepower in this coalition. We just turned the field into a demolition. It was desolate, but I had premonition. I was training for war, every exhibition, every extra mission, every enemy listening. Get off my dick, I got bad intentions. Make it right every wrong, and I'm back with a vengeance. I show you the ropes. Peace in my town, I can show you the coast. Up in the shots if they